Greetings, Montaise here, and let's play Europa Universalis Rome, Part 3. So, last episode we, made sure that the barbarians over here in the north weren't too powerful, so we can feel safe in that front. When I was talking about the map modes, I mentioned here the terrain map mode, that looks nice. Political map mode is actually useful, and when I came to the regional map mode, I stopped talking about the rest of the map modes. I should probably mention these last three map modes. Then we had the religious map mode. Nowhere near as useful as a cultural map mode would be. Sure. Oh, Dalton. Oh, the general's wife died. Anyway, so while here is a different religion, so while it does mean that we do get not quite as much tax as we would have gotten otherwise, the effect if it would have been a different culture would be more severe. If it was a different culture, we wouldn't be getting any manpower, and manpower is more important in the end. The other effect of religion is the cost of increasing stability. So that's somewhat important, and the starting relationships with different nations. So right, mentioned we have start off with good relations here with these two have the same religion, these guys have a different religion, so certain relations aren't really that great. Culture does, I think, matter in the starting relations as well, but the fact that these guys are in a completely different religious group matters more. But the next map mode, trade map mode, it's more useful. As you can see, different colors for our provinces means that this dark green means that we are using up all our trade routes for those provinces. Muscat, the light green, well, it has an open trade route, but no one to trade with. And we see provinces with this color here, they have an open trade route, and it's useful to see. So let's say if we had a second trade route available here in Basis, we might then want to trade for some grain. We can immediately see here that Syracuse trade good is grain, and we had that mission, and we produce a grain, and it has an open trade route, and we're a little closer. It doesn't trade in any iron in any fish, so that we could trade if we had more than one trade route available. There will be structures you can construct here a forum. When you have enough technology, there's also some text that actually increases the number of available trade routes. And here in the end we have the diplomatic map mode. So here's the selected country. Here in this color we can see that they are an ally, and we look at them, they have similar. Here we see Pontus, they are allied with the Bosporus, and they have a claim here on Paphlagonia. We look here at Bithynia, we see that they are allied with Macedonia and at war with the Aetolians. We check the Aetolians, they're at war with Macedonia and Bithynia, so I think the Aetolian League will be gone very soon. Here, get tribute from Macedonia. So the diplomatic can be, so there we see all the provinces the Seleucids have claims on, but it doesn't And Rome declared war on the Aetolian League. Yeah, the Aetolian League is not cool, even if they somehow managed to win against the Macedonians, which they aren't, because they just got the next. But if they had, by some miracle, managed to win that war, they would have been crushed by Rome. Rome is now going to try to beat up the Illyrians. I wish the Illyrians luck. As you see, we got a new mission to build up our manpower reserve. That's something we are planning to do anyway, so we may be successful in that. And I can probably increase the speeds even further. I generally play here on this speed, but considering I'm making these videos, I may want to actually have slightly faster speed when nothing is really happening. The Romans expanded here and took Taulenti. One thing to note that Egypt declared war on the Seleucids. Let's slow down. And one thing to note here when it comes to the ability to colonize provinces. Currently we are, because our population, but let's assume the population will be, if we had enough population here in Phasis, then the country to be able to colonize Trapezus will be the neighbor with the highest civilization level plus the finesse of the character or root. So here, well, it's clearly going to be Pontus because they have 70.1 and the Barsanis has a finesse of 10, so 80. Yeah, they have 58.4, finesse of 5, so 63.4. We have 55, just 1 finesse, so 56. So if for some reason Pontus would be unable to colonize, such as they are forced to pay tribute to someone, then it's Armenia that would be able to colonize Trapezus. So really, I don't know what's best for us. Possibly that, I'm not sure whether it's best for us that Armenia or Pontus colonizes this province. Let's just leave it open and see what happens. Hopefully we'll be able to deal with the situation. Yeah, our chief is an illiterate brute. I agree. Our economy is solid, there's no need to change anything. We're making some money. We are well liked and currently have no mortal enemies. Unfortunately, a bunch of those countries that we have good relationship with are far away and unimportant in the grand scheme of things. Bosman Kingdom, which is one more important neighbor, they don't like us. Relationships with the Armenians aren't too bad, though. I think that's largely part we are the same culture group. We check religion, God's favors and all is well, just because we have an omen here that could go over here what all these things means, but generally we can see how many nations, how many provinces each religion have, and the power. The power depends on the number of provinces, but as you can see, Druidism, lots of provinces, low power. That's because they doesn't really have many special religious building, and there are some resources. Now events means that Judea is no longer Jewish, but Jewish tend to have a good power because it's only one province and there's a temple in that province. It's considered religious prestige, which is one thing that increases the power from the religion, which means that civil war in Armenia, and And the rebels have. Yeah, they have maybe only 2 provinces, but they have the entire army on their side. But anyway, the power here is when it comes to omens, there's a base chance, and then you add the power here, as well as any changes from national ideas or laws. We don't really have many laws here as a tribe, but when we did this one, it would destroy our research, but it would be increase omen power and increase omen success chance. So omens are more likely to be successful, and if they are, they will be more effective. Some of these tribal laws can be quite good. This one, just good overall, no downside. This one, retreat is dishonor. The increased morale is good. The retreat delay, it can be problematic in field battles because that means your army won't be able to retreat as quickly if things go badly. But when assaulting, generally, the solicits got beaten up a bit. Good. Generally, when you assault a province that you're besieging, it will continue until either you have won, your army is destroyed. It's unlike Pontus managed to get a civil war despite only having 2 provinces. Good for them. But generally, when you assault, unless you are successful, it generally ends when your army runs out of morale. With that law, the assault will continue until all your men are dead or you are successful. And as the army is generally much larger than the garrison, that means that you can expect your assaults to be successful. Of course, if you're unlucky, you may lose a very large part of your army. So it doesn't mean so. You should still be careful whether or not you want to assault. But that's one thing to note about that law. Missions and decisions. We have seen them in this. We don't have many decisions, and there's only one mission at a time. And here we can look at all our characters. Let's look at what makes a character and look at our general. So started, he has some stats, traits and all that. So, and he wants to be an admiral, but we don't have any ships, so he's arrogant, schizophrenic, incapable, brave, aggressive, proud, cautious. Yeah, probably, maybe, we can see he's 52 years old. The good thing that to become admiral, he doesn't want to become ruler. That could be a problem, since that would reduce his loyalty. So here are some the base stats: martial, charisma, finesse. As you can see, some of these traits changes. So this one reduces his charisma, and yeah, his base is 7, but because he's arrogant, schizophrenic and proud, he's not very charismatic. If he some way would lose those traits, he would actually could be a quite charismatic guy, but no, he isn't. So some of these traits, this brave can be a problem for a general, because I mentioned before that you don't really want your army to get loyal to your generals unless the general is the actual I don't want to spend money. Anyway, when it comes to these stats, martial is how good is at dealing with military matters. Charisma, well, yeah, how easy it is to like to diplomacy, and finesse is how good is at actually making stuff happen in different areas. You want good martial for your generals, good fairness for many other characters, and good charisma for your ruler, not necessarily for your other characters, depends what they are wanting to do. Here he is very popular, after all he leads an army, he has won battles. Some rebels, but they got beaten up. Anyway, here is the most important thing to look at, loyalty. Luckily he is loyal, and he is going to stay loyal for some time. With low loyalty he might be able to get ideas to be the one in charge. We saw the kind of thing happen over here in where it's Oxidatis Deity. And here Rules Tyrid, both weren't loyal enough to power and managed to win their civil war, so they are now in charge of their respective countries. So that's something to keep an eye on. You generally want to avoid civil wars. Of course, if your ruler is as bad as Kui, civil war might be good, since that means you could get a good one, a competent ruler, but he's going to die soon, eventually anyway. I'm not going to try to engineer a civil war and hope that things go well. After all, some of the neighbors could try to take advantage of the situation. And I think Sparta is going to be destroyed as well. Macedonians really want to make sure there are no small Greek states. And Carthage is going to take care of Baetica. As you can see, small states tend to get gobbled up very quickly. Two small states that tend to survive quite a bit are Crete and Rhodes, but that's because they are on islands. So they are not at very high priority to be for other countries to actually conquer them. Oh, and here we have some barbarians that managed to take control of the Parni. There is actually an event for Parthia to appear, but these are just some random barbarians who managed to take control of a province and then settled there. So, these things, if we view the Bosporan Kingdom, Armenia and Rosaland as natural rivals, that's one you can look and see what countries are more or less in the same level of power as you are. Feel threatened by Armenia and Bosporan Kingdom, they are our neighbors and they might get silly ideas. Also, personally I don't feel that threatened by the Bosporan Kingdom. Although if they attacked, that could bring in their allies, although they don't have any at the moment. Yeah, Baetica is gone. One thing to check that you can check is here in the ledger. See here, country comparison. If we would sort countries by income, we are over here 0.7. Compare that to Egypt. Egypt is wealthier than we are. Manpower, we are not very highly rated there either. When it comes to actual research, yeah, it doesn't look that impressive, but we are fairly out of the way. So when we check technology, Pontus and the Seleucid Empire are overall, I can see that Crete have most advanced in construction, but nothing else. Pontus level 2 in everything, Seleucid Empire level 2 in everything but religious. In both cases, the fact that they have lost provinces is probably made a part of it. losing provinces means that your technology is now cheaper, and since they may, especially complex Empire, they have invested a bunch have been invested, and well, you get level quickly, but losing provinces to pick up more quickly is not really a recommended strategy. We are still a bit away from that level. I wish our chances of successful omens were higher, then I could take this one with Owl for increased research, but I don't want to risk a failure, so let's just focus on money. And well, we could, if we want, to offer a sacrifice to increase our stability, but it costs 52. I rather want to save that money if it's there. If the Armenians decide to warn us, we need to raise more men rapidly. If we look at all our if we here sort them our employed men, here we can sort them on loyalty. They are least loyally, so they need 50, could be worse, and they don't have. That might be a problem if we were a monarchy, since the people with these jobs matters more. But as we're a tribe, really, we only really need to care about our generals. Bulgaria paid money. Rome declared war on Macedonia. We completed our mission to build up manpower reserve, so let's slow down and yeah. Baetica managed to. So what must have happened here is that, as you remember, Carthage annexed Baetica, but Baetica probably had a colonist on the way to colonize this province here. So when they got annexed, they then reappeared that they colonized this province. So now Carthage is going to crush them, and after they crush them, they are probably going to crush the Lusitani, unless they take a stop and decide to finish off Numidia, but Numidia pays tribute, so and in this war here between Rome and Macedonia, well, I hope that Macedonia wins, and Sparta, well, I pretty much nothing, but they pay tribute to Macedonia, so. But that brings this episode of this Let's Play to an end. I hope you enjoyed it, and if you do, leave a comment, like, subscribe, whatever you want. Yeah, goodbye.